day once again. This is Maestro Sani para sa Lesson 9 ng Science Grade 6 Quarter 2, Protection and Conservation of Tropical Rainforests, Coral Reefs, and Mangrove Swamps. So ayan, as we have learned in the previous lesson, sa Pilipinas po ay less than 8 from 70% tropical rainforest. Ngayon po ay 8% na lang. Why? Because of these kinds of activities. Deforestation, o yung pagpuputol, walang habas na pagpuputol ng mga puno sa ating mga kagubatan. Yan. Then aside from natural calamities like storms, typhoons, and volcanic eruptions. Yan, pag-aaralan natin kung paano maproprotektahan ang ating tropical rainforest. But before, para po sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, please do subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell. As we live every day, we encounter different organisms, whether living or non-living things. As we do our tasks or works daily, we interact with them. We need them as they need us. In this lesson, you will learn the physical conditions of tropical rainforests, coral reefs, and mangrove swamps, plants and animals. Also, we will learn the feeding relationship and how the ecosystem function, the need to protect them. As we go through this lesson, we should be able to answer the following questions. What are the physical conditions of tropical rainforests, coral reefs, and mangrove swamps? Why do we need to protect and conserve them? And how can we protect them? As we go through this lesson, we should be able to answer the following questions. What are the physical conditions of the tropical rainforests, coral reefs, and mangrove swamps? Why do we need to protect them and conserve them? How can we protect them? Let us learn to help protect and conserve tropical rainforests, coral reefs, and mangrove swamps. So first, the tropical rainforests. Tropical rainforests are often called as lungs of the planet, for their role is absorbing carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, and increasing local humidity. Rainforests also stabilize climate, house incredible amounts of plants and wildlife, and produce nourishing rainfall all around the planet. They make much of the oxygen human and animals depend on. Without them, there would be less air to breathe. Rainforests also help maintain Earth's climates by taking in carbon dioxide. They help to produce the greenhouse effect. They stabilize the world's climate, provide a home to many plants and animals, maintain the water cycle, protect against floods, droughts, and erosion, are the source of medicines and foods, support tribal people, and are an interesting place to visit. So yun po yung mga nagagawa ng ating tropical rainforest. Some provide home to many plants and animals. Ayan, they maintain the water cycle. Kaya po siya tinawag na lungs of the planet. Why? Because they absorb carbon dioxides, which are greenhouse gases na nakakasira sa ating atmosphere. We need the rainforest to produce oxygen and clean atmosphere to help us breathe. Siyempre, yun yung malinis na hangin na ating hinihinga. We also know that the Earth's climate can be affected as well as the water cycle. Rainforests also provide us with many valuable medicinal plants and may be a source of cure from some deadly diseases. Now we have the coral reefs. Coral ecosystems are sources of food for millions, protecting coastlines from storms and erosions, provide habitat, spawning, and nursery grounds for economically important fish species, provide jobs and income to local economies from fishing, recreation, and tourism. These are also source of new medicines. They are ways to protect the reefs, such as discouraging people from collecting corals or ornamental purposes, illegal dynamite fishing, dumping of garbage into the sea. Ayan. So napakamaraming may bibigay din po ng coral reef sa atin. Kaya dapat pangalagaan po natin sila by what? By discouraging people from collecting coral reefs. Dapat minto sila sa pag-collect ng mga coral reefs for ornamental purposes. Dapat itigil din ang dynamite fishing at dapat itigil din ang pagtapon ng mga basura sa ating mga karagatan. Then we have the mangrove swamp. Mangroves are the first line of defense for coastal communities. They stabilize shoreline by slowing erosion and provides natural barriers, protecting coastal communities from increased storm surge, flooding, and hurricane. Mangrove forests are home of large variety of fish, crabs, shrimps, and mollusk species. These fisheries form an essential source of food for thousands of coastal communities around the world. These help stabilize the coastline and prevent erosion from waves and storms. Mangrove, seagrass beds, and coral reefs work as single system that keeps coastal zones healthy. Mangroves provide essential habitat for thousands of species. It would be hard to do without mangroves. Creating land ideal for coastal development, these trees die from subsequent population stresses. Their abundance of sea creatures leads to overfishing. Without mangroves, red tide algae blooms in the water, kills sea lives, and shuts down beaches. Ayan, kaya yung katulad nung nangyari sa ating pinakamagandang beach sa Pilipinas. Ang Boracay nasira. Pero ni-restore ng ating pamahalaan. So what are the different types of rainforests? How can we protect the rainforests, corals, and mangroves? What are the ways of conserving them? Why do we need to protect them? And how can we help in our little own way to protect and conserve them? You as grade 6 pupils, what can you help in order to conserve and protect our forests? The mangrove swamps and the coral reefs. Yeah. Paano kaya kayo makakatulong? So we have learning task number 1, to write true or false. Write true if the statement is correct and false if it is incorrect. Write your answer in a separate answer sheet. Then we have learning task number 2 by completing the sentences in your notebook. Okay, so what do I have learned? How can we protect the rainforests? Rainforests are some of the important habitats in the planet. They have existed for around 100 million years and are some of the most ancient and complex systems on Earth. Covering less than 7% of the Earth's surface, rainforests are thought to be home to approximately 50% of the world's plants and animals. Rainforests are now disappearing very quickly. because of deforestation, illegal logging, and the likes. The good news is that there are a lot of people who wants to save our rainforests. The bad news is that saving the rainforest is not going to be easy. Yan, hindi madali. Kasi mahirap po talagang mag-conserve ng kagubatan. It will take the efforts of many people working together in order to ensure that rainforests, their wildlife will survive for our children to appreciate, enjoy, and benefit from them. Ayan, hindi lang dapat iisa. Dapat lahat po tayo makibahagi para makatulong, ma-restore at ma-preserve pa ang natitirang forests, not only sa ating bansa but in the whole world. So how can we protect the rainforests? These are some steps in saving the rainforests for a broader scale. So teach others about the importance of the environment and how they can help save the rainforest. Ayan. Dapat alam ng nakakarami yung halaga, yung napakaraming kahalagahan na makukuha sa rainforests. Then restore damaged ecosystem by planting trees on land where forests have been cut down. Encourage people to live in a way that doesn't hurt the environment. Ayan, paano natin hindi masasaktan ng kalikasan, ng kapaligiran. Yun, halimbawa nun, huwag magtapon ng mga basura, huwag mamutol ng mga puno ng kahoy. And then establish parks to protect rainforests and wildlife. And support companies that operate in ways that minimize damage to the environment. How can we protect the rainforest? So meron tayong mga ginawa ng mga matatalinong tao para makatulong in their own little way. So ito po. Save the nature. Try to save the tropical rainforest before it's too late. Photo credit po sa nag-post nito sa internet kung saan po na nakuha ang photo po na ito. Maraming salamat po. And how can we protect the coral reefs? To save coral reefs, first save the mangroves. Preserving mangroves may be one in a portfolio of strategies to help coral survives the effects of climate change. Mangrove trees, thickets, the stilt-like roots protect coastal and from erosion and help mitigate the damage of tsunamis and hurricanes. They may also serve as a haven of corals. Ayan. Often, the best way to conserve the coral reefs is by establishing a marine protected area. Marine protected areas defined as it's allowed to happen where and can be set up and to achieve a wide variety of objectives. This can rule be set in place that protect life and the reef while still allowing for sustainable human use. How can we protect the coral reef? Ayan, there are 10 ways to protect the coral reefs. First, educate. Educate yourself about coral reefs and creatures they support. So, kailangan malaman muna natin kung ano yung mga kahalagahan na naibibigay sa atin ng coral reefs. Then, coral reefs are already gift. Don't give them as presents. So, huwag gamiting panregalo kasi yung coral reefs is a gift itself. Long-lasting light bulbs are great ideas. Be a marine debris crusader. Ito. Huwag magtapon ng mga plastic sa dagat. Ayan. Then, do not use chemicals. Then practice safe boating. If you dive, don't touch the coral reefs. Then become a volunteer in protecting the coral reefs. Yan. Then choose sustainable seafoods. Yan. So those are the different ways to protect the coral reefs. Then how can we protect the mangroves? The most important way for us to protect mangrove forests is to not cut them down. So wag natin silang putulin. We also need to ensure that we are careful not to accidentally break or trample mangroves when we enter mangrove forests or catch resources such as crabs, shrimps, or fish. 4 reasons why mangrove forests are important. First, they provide a habitat for marine life, a food source for coastal communities, carbon storage abilities, and coastal protections. Here are the 3 ways you can protect the mangrove forest. First, plant your own mangrove tree with sea trees. Yan. Create a habitat for threatened species. Number 2, create your own fundraiser. Pwedeng maggawa ng mga fundraising activities. And number 3, use your voice. Help educate others by sharing this video with your friends, families, and the rest of the world. How can we protect the forest of the mangroves and keep calm and save mangroves? Ayan. Maraming salamat pa din dun sa gumawa ng pictures na ito. So these are the assessment. Complete the paragraph below. Choose your answer from the box. So hanapin lang dun yung sagot. Pipiliin. Key answers, learning task number 1, the key answers for learning task number 2, and the key answers for number 3. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Maraming salamat.